Hi there. So this is my PubCon 2013 presentation given in Las Vegas just last week. And before I put the slides to bed, I thought I would run through them in case anyone's interested. So a little bit about me, blah, blah, blah. So what we do for local sites is we focus on the structured data use. We help users facilitate interaction with other review sites. We help them gather testimonials and ratings, and we help with mobilization. As a WordPress shop, this is really our primary focus now in local SEO when we're working on someone's WordPress site. So I figured, since this is what we do so often, this would make the best subject for the presentation. So first off, structured data. This is kind of basic elementary stuff. The search and data industries have come together and they're standardizing to make things seem simpler. Just because you put your hours on a page doesn't mean the search engines are smart enough to figure that those are business hours, or this is an event date, or an event venue. There are lots of different forms of structured data, and the one that's probably the most popular and the one that we kind of go by is called Schema. And if you look at schema.org, you can see that they've got layouts, and I'll show you more about that in a bit. There are actually all kinds of ways you can pass this information along, and even Google Webmaster Tools has a tool now called Data Highlighter, but really we like to use schema.org. Schema is what gives you, schema and other structured data is what gives you these stars in the search results over here, over here. Some of this information in this area comes from another data service called Freebase. You know, here at the Hard Rock, you can see events coming up. This stuff is all marked up on the page with this kind of code, and so that's really the most important thing that we focus on when we're looking at a new website. So new client, we look up their address at the United States Postal Service and we change the address on the website to match exactly what the US Postal Service says. You can change it at directories, you can change it at Google Places, you can change it in a million places, but you'll never find anyone who can change what the US Postal Service thinks your address is, and that's really the be-all end-all. When it's a single location business, we put that address in the footer of the website, site-wide, and we ensure that we're presenting it with proper structured data. Now, all that really is a collection of HTML tags that lets everybody know these are ours, this is the business name, these are the kinds of payment we accept. And by search providers, I'm not just talking about Google. I mean, there's other search engines, there's GPS systems, you know, TomTom, Apple Maps. There are so many different services out there that rely on all this data. And so by putting it in schema format, it makes it readable by everyone. If you were to go to schema.org, look down in the organization of schemas, you could see information about places, local business, and if you click in that, you'll see that here's all the different, they've even got different types of business. If you're an automotive business or a health and beauty salon, you just drill down to your menu and it shows you what your business name, address, and phone, for example, should look like both with and without schema. There's a great tool by Raven Tools called Schema Creator. It's at schemacreator.org. And all that is you choose your business type, you put in your name, address, city, zip code. I do like to see a zip +4 used. And then as you do it, in the code area over here on the right, it'll just fill in automatically. Then you can copy and paste that. The one problem, if you put this same exact code in your footer, it actually does appear on multiple lines like this. What we do is we drop it into a table so that it just appears like this: business name and the address and the city and zip right across the bottom of the site. And this code can be actually copied and pasted right out of these slides. Once we've got that done, we go to the contact page. Invariably, most businesses already have a contact page. If they don't, obviously we create one, but we create a better one. Now, typically on a contact page, you're gonna have the phone, the address, the hours, map, directions how to get there. We like to see a contact form. We even include latitude and longitude info. That helps with those global positioning systems and getting maps and directions. And of course, we use structured data. And we used to do all that by hand, but I recently came across this plugin that's really pretty fantastic. It's called Local Search SEO Contact Page. All you do is install it, and then underneath your settings menu in the WordPress admin, you have an SEO contact page. You just go there, fill in all of the relevant information. Make sure that you match exactly what's on your website, which matches exactly what the United States Postal Service says it is. Put in your store hours. Keep scrolling. You can actually upload or link to an image. You can't upload right from here, but you can FTP and then link to an image of your building. You can link to an image of your logo. You can ensure that your business name appears on the Google map. You know how sometimes you'll see a map popping up in a page on someone's site, but all it is directions. It's not actually showing their name on the map. And with this, you can actually put the business name right in the map itself. You can put the sort of payment forms you take. You can size your map, and you can even generate a QR code. By default, the QR code is simply scannable to get directions. So if somebody scans that QR code, it gives them directions to your address. However, you can put in a custom link and generate the QR code to do whatever that link is. So for example, if you want to say download our white paper at this QR code, you could put the link to the white paper right there, and then when someone scans it, it'll actually go into a download. There's also a section for social media buttons. You just fill in your profile URLs right here and save that, update those options, and then all you have to do is put shortcodes on the screen. We typically like to post a nice big picture on the page, and then we use the shortcode right below that to get all the relevant info. And so a page will really look good like this. Now this plugin does not have a contact form, so we typically just drop in Gravity Forms. That's our preferred contact form, because it actually saves all of the contacts in the WordPress admin as well as sends them to you by email. But we end up with a really good looking contact page that also passes the structured data testing tool with Webmaster Tools with flying colors. You can see that it shows the business type, the property information, address, store hours, phone, fax, and so on. Having something that detailed in Schema ensures that the most relevant information is going to come up in the search results. For now, it's primarily when you search for a business by name. Now, it's worth noting that their free plugin, as good as it is, it does not support multiple locations, although they have a premium version that does. And it doesn't support using a widget. Their premium version does too. We have a premium version license. There's no developer's license right now, so if you've got a multi-location business, you just need to buy the full version for each person. But boy, it saves a ton of time. One thing the premium version doesn't do and should is add a KML sitemap. The KML sitemap keyhole markup language is it uses things like Google Earth use the KML sitemap. If you were to click on the locations.kml file and open it, it would actually open in Google Earth. It might be overkill to use a KML sitemap, but we've been doing it for local businesses for years, and it only takes a minute with a free tool called the Geo Sitemap and KML Generator. You just go in, press the start button, put in your company information. If you've got multiple locations, you can even format a spreadsheet like this and upload multiple locations. Then you hit step 2, you put in your website, and you generate the KML sitemap. After that, you just upload it to the root of your directory, and it used to be that you could just submit that inside Google Webmaster Tools. Now, though, that's no longer the case, so what we do is we just add a line to the sitemap XML file that says this is our KML sitemap, and that way we know it gets crawled. Again, it might be overkill, but it's accurate data, so why not? Why not use it? I want to jump to reviews. Everybody knows reviews are of increasing importance. So we believe our job as funny enough, as SEOs, is to make people more money. It's not just to get them to rank higher, it's to get them to make more money. Well, facilitating their customers and clients to leave them reviews is something that everybody needs help along doing, and frankly, at this point, I think a good review from, say, a Yelp power user or somebody like that is more valuable than a link. So I encourage clients of ours to ask their customers and clients for reviews. Send them links to leave you reviews. Send them postcards by snail mail. Use QR codes on the tables and doors. If I've got a restaurant, a bar, I've got shelf cards and menu specials sitting on the table at all times. Have a QR code right there. Everybody's got a smartphone. They'll scan it. They'll leave you a review. I mean, obviously, don't do that if they're going to be sitting there waiting for the check after their terrible service. But in a restaurant environment, that's a great way to generate lots of reviews. The goal is to make it easy for people to generate reviews, to leave a review by sending them to a specific feedback page. This is an example of a customer that we work with who's got a page after every sale. This isn't accessible through navigation, but she sends a thank you email. They do flooring. After somebody spends $5, $6, $8 on a floor or more, sending them a follow-up email is common courtesy, if not a thank you letter also. So in that thank you letter, she says, could you please leave us some feedback here? They come here, whether they're Google members or Yahoo or Yelp or what have you, all they have to do is click on that link. And if it's coded right, in some cases, it just opens right up to leave a review. If I'm already logged into Yelp and I click the Yelp link on that page, boom, I'm ready to leave her a review right there. Making this page is something we used to do by hand. We had to size the images, and it really got to be kind of a pain in the neck. So this summer, we actually, I had a plugin built ourselves. It's a free plugin. It's called Our Profiles, and all you do is put in all your profile URLs in the WordPress admin. Use a shortcode, which you can see here at the top of this slide is simply Our Profiles in brackets. And then when you pop that on a page, boom, you've got all of your links. Open in new tabs, go right to your profiles, or leave you a review instantly. Testimonials. Now, reviews are reviews, but testimonials are a little bit different. I do believe they're just as important. You don't want to go steal your reviews from review sites and use those on your web page as testimonials. You can gather them the same way, follow up after the sale with telephone interviews. You can even if you take a testimonial and you ask about this, you can actually fill in your own testimonial as you go and use that right on your website. I like to use forms to gather that customer information, and then we display it on your site with proper schema code and aggregate rating scales. For examples, this here, we can see here some 5-star reviews. They look good. It would be nice to have images of the actual reviewer if you can get that from them. If you're a service-based business like this, maybe Randy here takes a picture of his customers and uses those on his reviews. Testimonials are powerful. Now, the schema part of it, the structured data part of it, when you're showing code on a page to tell Google these are testimonials, those are not supposed to be for the review sites. Those are supposed to be for review sites. They're not supposed to be for testimonials. But I absolutely believe it's perfectly fine. It will not surprise me if we see down the road a separate schema code come out for testimonials as opposed to what they call reviews. But if you mark this up with schema, you do it legitimately, I'm 100% positive that I think it will be fine. I went through literally not 4, not 8, not 12, but 17 different plugins trying to find what I wanted out of a testimonial plugin. All I wanted was it to be easy to use a shortcode. I wanted to have lots of options for how we display them, with or without images, with or without stars. I wanted to have a rating scale. I wanted people to be able to upload an image if they wanted to and they were leaving a review. And I wanted structured data output so that when they run it through the rich snippet tester, we would show stars. I thought, how hard can it be? Well, after trying everyone, I left a rather mediocre review for this one. I left 3 stars. Well, this programmer, Michael Cannon in Coopeville, Washington, actually not only responded to my comment, but to my review, but we actually had a 30-post conversation back and forth. And the moral of that story is he now offers almost everything I wanted. His free version is, I would say, just about perfected. He has upgraded his premium version to show rating stars and passed the rich snippet tester. And it turned out to me to be what I believe is the best one. So we are using the Pro Testimonials Widget is what it's called. I don't really like that name because I didn't want a widget. I wanted it on the body of the page. So I almost didn't even try it. But this is the one and only plugin out there as of roughly October 21st, 2013 that did what I wanted. Great plugin. You should try it. Testimonials Widget. Lastly, I want real quick to cover mobilization. You know, this being the local mobile panel, I had to throw this in. But honestly, with WordPress, there's a really, really easy way to get mobile versions. You know, everybody talks about responsive design. Personally, anytime I'm on a site that's supposedly a responsive design site, they've gotten rid of pinch and zoom. I don't mind you giving me mobile calls to action. I don't mind you limiting my navigation. I do like to make sure I have a full desktop view option, and I like to make sure it's fast. So there are lots and lots of WordPress plugins, and I wouldn't say we've tried them all, but I keep coming back to what's probably the best and most popular. WP Touch mobile plugin. It's got lots of options in here. I do want to point out that one of the options is to redirect the home page. If you ever do this, if you ever send someone directly to a different page for mobile, don't do it for all visitors to all pages. Just do it for your home page, and then you want to recreate that home page almost identically. It's okay to limit the navigation and stuff, but don't change your content drastically for where someone lands on a mobile phone versus where they land on a desktop computer. You can present the information dramatically differently, but don't have the content of the information change, or you'll find your rankings suffering for mobile search. It's got lots of options for icons, how you show posts. You can obviously see there, you can let people continue to pinch and zoom on content. You can let people comment. You can choose different fonts, different colors, different patterns, all in the free version. Probably the most important thing is to remember this is actually a different theme that mobile users see. So make sure that you use your you put in your Google Analytics code and pick a few icons. Choose what navigation you're going to show them. You don't have to show them, like I said, the whole navigation. You can just show them home and directions and contact us and get a quote if that's all you want. And here's some code I threw in for tap to call. I think every site should have a tap to call button, and here's some code that you can use to get a tap to call button. This is just a quick look at two sites. The one on the left was built with the free plugin. The one on the right was built with the Pro plugin. Real easy to implement, low cost, almost instant. Even someone who's never done it can get the whole thing done in anywhere from a quarter hour to an hour. That's all I've got. I hope you found this useful, and these are all the links I talked about in the presentation. Thanks very much for watching, and have an optimal day.